What is going on, guys? It's me again, Vince, with another video, and I'm out here at Fallbrook, California, and I have the pleasure in introducing to you guys one of the co-owner of a company called Phalcon Trailers, Mr. Frank.
Hi, nice to meet you, Vince.
Thanks for having us here today, sir.
No problem. Glad you came out.
So we're going to be talking about three of their main flagship products in the portable fridge industry, and we're going to be going through the specifications, their key features, and pretty much the benefit of having a portable fridge overall. So, sir, first of all, before we go into the details, I just want to ask a big favor from everybody, and that is by liking and subscribing to this channel. That way you get notified for future videos, and you're helping the channel grow as well. So, sir, tell us about a little bit something about the company.
So, Phalcon Trailers, which is also known as Phalcon Overland, I like to think of it as a business that was started out of necessity. So I want to say maybe 5-6 years ago, Tim and I, we took our families, we both have large families, 3 kids, we all went camping to some very remote location, and Tim at the time had built a hand-built trailer. We got talking about it, and I said, hey, you know, that's great. We got all these ideas going, and my wife looks at me, guys, we're packing up camp, and there's just so much piece parts, it took us so long, she goes, Frank, there's got to be an easier way to do this. There's got to be something easier. And that's when we only had 2 kids at the time, and now we have 3. So on the way back, started talking over the CV. One thing leads to another. We said, you know what, let's do this. Let's take all these ideas. Let's get the computer out. Let's start CADing up some designs and bouncing some ideas around. And so we ended up building a prototype trailer that we've actually been testing for the last year and a half. And we're in the process of building what would be Rev 2, basically the next generation of it, which is significantly upgraded from the first, as those prototypes typically are. They teach you a lot of things you did right and show you a lot of things you didn't do quite so right. So, you know, we keep learning and we keep on improving.
All right. So what did actually have you guys get into the fridge industry?
This is interesting. We are going through supplier qualification. We're sourcing parts from different places, and one thing we needed to improve was the fridge. We had a fridge in there. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't really designed to be in a trailer, so we had some reliability issues. It was difficult to control. Its controller was difficult to relocate. We said, okay, look, let's cast the net back out. What else is out there? You know, we need something that's not going to break the bank. Obviously, trailers are already expensive enough as it is. If you start putting parts that are thousands and thousands of dollars, you just end up with something so expensive that you don't really want to buy something that expensive. I ended up, a couple of years ago, buying one of these. Had great luck with it. One thing led to another. We ended up getting to know the supplier, developing a good supplier relationship with them, and we basically took a look at what we could do. You know, if we're going to buy these anyways, why don't we go ahead and stock these and sell these as something that we're already going to need? So it just seemed to be a real good synergy to get into the fridge business. And there are a lot of other things that may also fall into that bin as well, but these were the first ones.
Nice. So it's basically out of necessity. Like, you guys had to come up with an idea, and then we're here right now.
So. Yeah, and so basically we're here because we reached out to the supplier, they reached out back, and we were able to form a good business relationship together. We said, no, let's grow this, let's do something with this.
Nice. Okay. Alright, so now we'll go into the specifications of each and every one of these products. We'll probably start off with the small one and build up all the way to the 75.
Sure, so this is a 45 liter, what we call single zone, so it's designed to cool the entire volume down to one temperature. You can set it so low it'll freeze everything solid if that's what you'd like to do. You can set it right around freezing, where that which is on the bottom might freeze and that which is on top stays very cold. So it's not a technical dual zone, but it tends to function like one. This cooler is got an LG compressor in it. It's an upgraded compressor from some of those that are available. We did that because we knew that these are going to be in off-road vehicles in harsh environments. We wanted to be reliable for everybody. And I will say, by myself on Mojave Road, this is just fine. I can go out for days and days with this cooler. It can keep icy if you want ice for whatever you need it for. Beverages and things of that nature. Holds plenty of food, keeps the meat frozen and all that kind of stuff for multiple days out.
And that's basically all you need, to be honest, right?
I think so. I think if you're 1, maybe 2 people, unless you're really going to go out for 1-2 weeks, I think if you're doing Mojave great trips, the 4 to 5 day trips, you can get by with this guy without too much trouble. Friends, we'd like to talk to you a little bit about the 60 liter fridge that we're offering here at Phalcon Overland. It's got a few unique features and something I'd like to call your attention to. So we like to think of this fridge as the party model. Now, one thing it has unique is it's got a backup battery. So if you want to take this fridge out of your car and go with it somewhere, you've got 12 to 24 hours of operation just on battery support. It's also got a USB port in the front to keep your cell phone charged. If you forget a bottle opener, that's okay. You got one on either side. And that's also nice is that this lid opens from both directions. So you and your friends who are sitting on one side have just as much access as you and your friends sitting on the other side. When you put this all together, you have this very unique self-contained, ruggedized cooler here. It's got ample volume for lots of food, lots of beverages. It's got really comfortable carrying handles for more longer distance carrying versus some other models. It's a very ergonomical, very useful unit in here. It's definitely one of our favorite and one of our best sellers. So, the optional battery can be accessed from this hatch here. This hatch folds open, and you would basically pull the battery out if you don't want it in the cooler, or you simply slide the battery in. It goes in like a cartridge, it plugs itself in. You don't do anything more than that, and you simply shut the lid, close the latch, and that's it. She's ready to go.
Alright, so tell us more about the 75 liter compared to the 65 and the 45.
Perfect. So I'm going to introduce everybody to our flagship unit here. It's all the same features that we talked about. It's got the Bluetooth, it's got the app on your phone that control it, it's got the voltage protection for your vehicle, but what it brings to the table is two distinct cooling zones. So one zone can be your dedicated freezer, and you can freeze everything solid. You can set this down to 5 degrees Fahrenheit if you want to. This one you typically would set right above freezing, so you get a good refrigeration temperature. You know, we talked about this being your solo trip by yourself, maybe one other person. I would say, you know, if that's your family of 3, maybe 4, or if you have a lot of beverages that you want to take up space, you might want this one. I got 3 little boys that travel with me. They're hungry, they take a lot of food to sustain. This is the best unit for a family of 5 and up, or for people who are going to be out for a long time. You're going to be out for weeks, and you really want to bring, obviously you want to bring great meat to grill and things like that. You want to keep seafood frozen, that sort of thing. This is your option right here. And 75 liters of total volume. It'll easily sustain a family of 4 or 5 days worth of food without a problem.
Nice. Okay, so there you go, guys. It has Bluetooth feature. You have 3 different options to choose from in terms of sizes. And what else can you ask for? I mean, priced very competitively, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to be putting their link in the description box down below. And if you guys want to grab one for yourself as well, I have a 10% coupon code or a discount code that I'm going to be putting on the description box as well. So yeah, go ahead and check them out. And as always, like I said, sir, thanks for having me here. And it's a good product that you guys have here. Really, really interesting. I'm sure a lot of people will be like checking them out and then grabbing themselves for themselves. So yeah, so thanks for having us here, and then as always, guys, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.
All right, thank you.